What's up guys, welcome back. It's hard to believe it, but Thanksgiving is right around the corner and one of the stars at your dinner table should be this beautiful glazed holiday ham. Before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell to enable notifications as well. Alright guys, meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. First things first, we're gonna break out this beautiful spiral ham that we got from the grocery store. Keep in mind guys, when you get this from the store, they do come pre-cooked already, so really all you have to do is pop them in the oven to warm them up. But I'm going to show you guys a few different ways to really take this ham over the top. First thing we got to do is get rid of this nasty little packet that they give you because we are not going to use that. I'll be showing you guys how to make a fantastic homemade glaze for your ham. But first things first, we need to prep our roasting pan. We're going to go ahead and slice up one yellow onion and one orange. There's really no right or wrong way to do this, guys. We're going to slice this up and add this to the bottom of the roasting pan to add some aromatics, and it's going to help add some flavor because we're going to end up using some of these pan drippings to make our glaze here in a few minutes. So go ahead and break out your favorite chef knife and give your onions a nice rough chop. Set those aside, and then we're going to do the same thing when we slice our orange. Now I like to use an orange for this recipe because it has a hint of sweetness and you still get the citrus. If you don't have an orange available, or you don't like oranges for whatever reason, you can substitute that with a lemon. So once you got your orange slices out of the way, we can go ahead and set those aside. We're also going to add 2 cinnamon sticks and a few black peppercorns to the party as well. Just gonna add tons of flavor to the juice that accumulates at the bottom of this roaster that we're then gonna add to our ham glaze here in a little bit. It's really all about building flavor throughout the entire cooking process. These are a few little tips and tricks that'll take a good ham and turn it into a fantastic ham that everybody raves about at your Thanksgiving party. So trust me on this one, go ahead and preheat the oven to 325 degrees. We're gonna add all of those ingredients that we just showed you to the bottom of the roasting pan. Now you know we gotta add some garlic to the party, so go ahead and smash up 3 or 4 cloves and toss that in there with the rest of your ingredients at the bottom of the roasting pan. Then we're going to add our wire rack because we want the ham to be up out of the liquid. That way it cooks evenly, air has a chance to circulate around it, and it prevents your ham from getting soggy because we are going to add some apple juice to this because we want to create a moist environment. That's going to help prevent your ham from drying out. There's nothing worse than a dry ham on Thanksgiving. And not just any apple juice, the best damn apple juice on the planet. If you guys haven't tried Martinelli's, you really should, and no, they're not a sponsor. I'm just a huge fan. It's always important to taste as you go, and here I am draking on the job again. At least it's apple juice this time. Alright guys, now we're going to cover this up with some aluminum foil and pop this in a 325 degree oven. You can go ahead and start practicing your gift wrapping skills because if you're anything like me, you really need the practice because I am god awful at wrapping Christmas presents. Now you want to put this ham in the oven for about 15 minutes per pound. This particular ham is about 10 pounds, so we're going to go in the oven for about 2.5 hours. While that's in the oven, it's time to make our glaze. We're going in with a half stick of butter. I like to use Kerrygold grass-fed butter because it's delicious, but use whatever butter you got in the pantry. We're also going in with 1 cup of brown sugar. We're working over medium heat here because we don't want the butter to burn. We just want it to melt, and then we're going to work in that brown sugar with a whisk. So keep on mixing until the brown sugar and the butter become one, and then we're going in with about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Quick reminder guys that all the specific measurements and ingredients can be found for you in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. So put your wrist to work and whisk to combine all those ingredients. We're still working over medium heat here. Once the Dijon mustard is well incorporated, we're going in with some sriracha. I'm going in with about 2 to 3 tablespoons, but you can adjust that based on your heat tolerance, add more or less depending on how spicy you want it. So here we're going in with some peach preserves, and next we're gonna add some apple jelly to the mix. Trust me guys, this combination is gonna blow the roof off your Thanksgiving dinner. We're also gonna go in with a little bit of honey, so we got plenty of sweet at the party, a little bit of heat from the sriracha, and then we're gonna tie everything together with a little bit of orange zest. Again, guys, all the specific measurements and ingredients can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. Once we've got all the ingredients in there, we're gonna break out the whisk and mix to combine. We wanna simmer this on low and allow all those flavors to come together and get to know each other's business. You want your glaze to be nice and smooth, smoother than a school day with a substitute teacher. So once we got all of our ingredients that are gonna provide the sweet and heat, we're gonna go in with some savory. So here comes a little bit of soy sauce, about a teaspoon. And then we're gonna add in some cinnamon as well. You wanna season to taste and taste as you go, adjust the flavor to your preference. We also wanna go in with a pinch of nutmeg. Remember, a little bit goes a long way with nutmeg and clove, so be light on both of those 2 ingredients. You wanna whisk that in, you wanna taste it, adjust the flavor to your preference. If you wanna spice it up a little bit more, you can add some red pepper flakes or some sriracha. If you wanna sweeten it a little bit more, you can add some brown sugar. But this recipe should give you a nice foundation to work with. Alright, so now it's time to check on our ham. We want the ham to come up to about 145 degrees before we serve it, so you want to check it with a food thermometer to see how far along it is. We're going to unwrap it in foil and hit it with this glaze here in a minute, but first we need to steal some of the accumulated juices at the bottom of the roaster. So break out your whisk and mix to combine. That, my friends, is going to be the final ingredient to really bring this ham glaze together. Once you got your ham glaze done, you can set that aside and it's time to check on the ham. We're going to probe it, check for 145 degrees internal temperature. During the last 30 to 45 minutes or so, we're going to go ahead and start basting this ham in that glaze that we just made. And we're getting into the food porn shots a little bit early, so brace yourself for a trademark money shot. That glaze is absolutely fantastic. It's going to enhance the flavor of this ham, take it to the next level. Oh man, say it with me guys, looking good. You want to separate the spiral ham a little bit, get in between the crevices there. We want every single piece of this ham covered in that glaze. We worked hard for this. Go ahead and brush the exterior as well because that is going to be the presentation side. And really guys, the goal here is to make sure the ham is well covered in that glaze that we made. That's what's going to make this thing super delicious. You want to baste the ham every 15 minutes or so during the last 45 minutes. Now you don't want to do it too soon because all that sugar in the glaze will start to burn after a while. So the last 30 to 45 minutes is really the sweet spot to start basting the ham. That way it gets nice and caramelized like you see right here. And now my friends, I'm going to pretend to be Martha Stewart and plate this ham up with some kale and cranberries. Just trying to provide a nice presentation for Thanksgiving and to get you guys to click on that thumbnail. Say it with me guys, looking good. Oh man, I can't wait to dig in here for the taste test. Got a little ham glaze on the side because why the hell not? Gonna give it a dunk. Let's go in. Moment of truth. Let's see what we got. I think we all know how this is gonna end. You guys have got to give this recipe a try this Thanksgiving. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and that bell to enable notifications. Give your boy a thumbs up. And as always, thank you for your support.